Welcome to the Minoru Arena in beautiful Richmond, British Columbia, where the Richmond Ravens are set to take on the Seattle RedHawks. The Seattle RedHawks. Ravens coming off of a tie game yesterday against the Surrey Falcons. Looking for a bounce back here as they're undefeated at this point in the season. The girls make their way to center ice as the refs get ready to go. Taking the face-off for the Richmond Ravens here is Sear. Face-off won by the Ravens. They bring it out of the outside. Now work their way into the middle. They're working into a scoring position. A poke check by the goaltender puts the puck into the corner. From the corner, the Ravens battle from behind the net. Now put it towards the net, and it's kicked back in behind. Comes back out to the blue line. From the blue line, a shot block in front, and now into the high slot before it works its way back out to the point. Puck comes down to the corner and down around and puts back to the hash marks. And the hash marks, McDonald steps in. The puck comes right out into a scoring position. Shot right on, saved by the goaltender, who now gets it covered up. We get a whistle on the play. As the Ravens' first shift of the game is a strong one. Face off to the right side of the RedHawk goaltender. Hernandez to take the face off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Ravens. It goes to the winger, who has to fight off a couple of stick checks, and now she has it. Basquet puts it towards the net. It hits a stick and goes over to the far side. On the far side, the RedHawks have it. They get it out into the neutral zone and down into the Ravens' end. Giving chase, the Ravens defender Macy picks it up. She's going to double back and go up the wall. Pass out to the middle as the Ravens are looking to complete their breakout. Now they do. Puck continues into the RedHawk zone from behind the net. Hernandez has it. Hernandez back out to the point. Her pass from the point now is shot. It hits a body in front and now chipped out and into the neutral zone. Ravens go D to D and now fired back in deep as they look to change it up. Goaltender for the RedHawks comes out. She stops it behind her net. Ravens now going to put some pressure on. RedHawks have it. They cut through the middle and now down ice. RedHawks take it over to the far side and now into the corner behind the Ravens net. Puck comes all the way around and then back up to the middle of the ice as the Ravens looking to complete their breakout. Pass just in front of the intended target. Now it goes back down into the Ravens' end. It's got enough for icing. We'll get a stoppage in play with 13-14 remaining in the first period. The puck will work its way back down into the RedHawks zone. It's going to be to the left side of the goaltender. Everybody gets set here as puck is dropped. The Ravens win that face-off, but it's picked up by one of the RedHawks as they work their way up ice. Play continues in the Ravens zone. The Ravens now fired up ice and think that might have enough for icing as it rolls its way down the ice. And now the Ravens will have to reset in their own zone to the right side of Babcock at the far end of the ice. It's going to be to her right side. Puck drop, face off one there by the Ravens. They take it back in behind their net, stopping up and now getting chased out. Reverse on the play. They get some help there from the forwards and now back the other direction it goes in behind the net. Now the Ravens cut to the middle as they're working their way up ice. Pass forward, hits a stick, and now into the RedHawks. Ravens putting pressure on to hold it in. Goes up in the air, played with a high stick. Now touched by the RedHawks. So Ravens able to put a tackle on it again. RedHawks into the neutral zone and down they go with it. They're going to fire it deep as they're in the midst of a change. The Ravens are going to pick that up from behind Babcock's net, and now it comes out to the blue line, but held. Now it works its way around in the Ravens zone. The RedHawks put it back deep behind the Ravens net. The Ravens go around to the far side. It gets past everybody and into the neutral zone. Now a pass to the middle, and walking in with it is the RedHawk forward. RedHawks now get poke checked by one of the D-men for the Ravens. Puck comes back up ice into the middle, and now across D to D. Ravens put some pressure on there, but it comes back into their zone, and now they have to be careful as a number of players are shot from in the point. I think Babcock got a piece of that one as the puck goes over into the corner. Now the Ravens swoop it up out into the middle of the ice. RedHawks have it. They're being double teamed there by the Ravens. Ravens now careful as they're offside. A good move there to hold themselves onside is touch up. Play comes into across the near side of the RedHawks zone, and they're going to double back with pressure from the Ravens forwards. It goes out to the wall now, back up from the wall and into the middle. It goes up off of the stick, and the Ravens unable to get on top of that as the RedHawks skate up ice with it. Puck comes into the near side through the corner, and they try to cut to the net. It gets into a scoring area, but the first player there is a Raven, and now a shot right on, saved by Babcock as a hit a couple of bodies on the clearing attempt. Now the Ravens just chip and chase it. It comes out down into the RedHawk zone from the far side. The Ravens try to put it towards the net, and they have to fight off a bit of a check there from behind the net. Cabana now unable to handle it cleanly. She's going to go for a change. So Ravens are looking to get a new forward line out there. Ravens hold the blue line, and now it's on the stick of Tran. Tran goes across ice. The defender shoots it at the net. That's blocked in front. Now goes over to the corner. From the corner, there's a battle for it. It gets out to the top of the circles and now fired up ice. The Ravens are going to have to give chase there. It's going to have enough for icing as it skates along on end. We get a stoppage in play. 0-0 is the score. The faceoff's going to come down to the near end here, to the left side of the RedHawk goaltender. Trying to take the faceoff. She's got Basquet with her. And Tran unable to handle it cleanly, and now the RedHawks advance it forward and Ravens have to give chase. RedHawks from behind the goal line with a center attempt, and it comes out into a scoring area. The Ravens able to get it out of harm's way, and the RedHawks now have it. The RedHawks now put it back towards the net. Babcock puts it over into the corner. Now it comes over to the far side where the Ravens work their way up the ice. Ravens through the middle and now into the RedHawk zone. With a little bit of a move there, they're going to carry it in from behind. They lose a handle on that, but continue to put pressure on. Tran steps in now. Tran unable to handle it cleanly. She gets some help now from Wing. Wing digs it out of the fray and takes a couple of hits as she tries to center it. The goaltender plays it to the corner, and now it goes up the far wall. Play continues as the puck comes out to the middle. Ravens unable to capitalize on that as it gets onto one of the RedHawk sticks. Ravens turn it over in the neutral zone, and now it gets fired up ice. No one on the play as it touched one of the Ravens forwards. Ravens try a stretch pass. That was Red. Now comes back to the defender. She's going to fire it up ice, and it gets into the RedHawk zone. Ravens stripped up the player of the puck there, and they able to direct it towards the net. Play continues into the corner right in front of the camera here, and now it goes across over to the far side. It's on the stick of the Ravens forwards. Now to the D. They shoot it right on, saved by the goaltender. So you're about digging for it. Now it comes back to the middle in the scoring position. Shot high over the net. Goaltender did get a piece of it, a sharp angle shot now, but directed in behind the net by the goaltender. Play continues over in the corner. Now it comes in behind the net on the stick of the RedHawks. It comes off the wall, and now the RedHawks are going to come up ice with it. They're unable to get it too far before it turns back the other way, and the Ravens now coming back in with it. Ravens, Tran with it. She doubles back and puts a pass into the middle, and that ends up on the stick of the RedHawk. And now walking in from the point, a shot right towards the net, ends up hitting a RedHawk defender. Back to the point it goes. From the point to the near side. Walking in, Kay with a shot. Saved by the goaltender. Now it's going to come to the corner. Back to Kay on the hash marks. Kay just feathers it in, looking to get something down low, and the play gets cleared out. RedHawks working their way down the ice now. They get chased down by the Raven defender, and she's going to go in behind the net with it. She goes around to the far side. It gets on the stick of one of the RedHawks. Ravens wait for it to come to them. It hits a body and now held in. Shot blocked and it goes into the corner. Point, puck back to the point, and it gets out of the zone. It's a pass just outside the reach of the RedHawk defender. She goes D to D, and now it's fired back in deep. To the near side, Ravens seal off the wall, and they reverse the play around over to the other side, looking for some open ice. Play comes back to the blue line. Now shot towards the net, saved by Babcock. Rebound comes out and cleared to the wall by the defenders. Play continues as the puck works its way across the zone, and now an open Raven works her way in and dumps it and goes for a change. Donald on the near side overskates the puck. Now she gets it, puts it back to the blue line. From the blue line, Macy with it. Macy across ice for the D partner. The shot from the point, saved by the goaltender. Now Miguel with it back to the blue line. From the blue line, it's going to be one move in for the Ravens. Now a shot right on by Miguel, saved by the goaltender. And the battle for it. Now goes over to the far side. Ravens defender steps in. The puck gets into her feet, and she has to be careful there. She puts it back deep. Puck right in near here. Miguel steps in on that one, and now she's going to get triple teamed. Puck comes back out onto the stick of a Winterhawk before the Ravens now turn it back the other direction. It's the blue line, walking the blue line, a shot. It goes wide of the net and over to the far side. Waiting for it at the far side, Cabana. Cabana puts it around into the corner. Now it's going to go back to the blue line all the way down the ice as it misses its target. Babcock leaves it for defenders who are coming back. Macy has it on her stick. It comes up for a stretch pass. Now the Ravens have it. They get forced to the outside. They fight off a check now. Doubling back. It's Hernandez. Hernandez now waiting for her D as they were on the change. We have a battle in front here. Basket and Hernandez. Now Cabana comes in to help out. Play ends up underneath the feet of the ref. And now the shot hits a body and out of the zone as the Ravens have to catch up. They have to be careful though. Now they're touched up. They're going to go back in. Hernandez just puts it back deep. And it comes in behind the net. Cleared to the wall. And now up the other side. Pass to the middle. Hits its target and the RedHawks come down ice. Play to the outside. They're going to put a sharp angle on Babcock, who holds on to that one. We got a stoppage in play with 4:41 remaining in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Face-off will be to the right side of Babcock. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Ravens. They're going to take it in behind the net around to the near side. From the near side, it gets out to the blue line where it's held there by a RedHawks, the defender. Now the play moves around and gets into the RedHawks end. Ravens battling for it. Tran gets muscled out in the corner but comes out with the puck. Now Tran with it. Tran back to the point. From the point, shot, hits a body in front and gets directed over to the wall. From the wall, the RedHawks get control of it. Now they're going to come up ice with it. They get stick check though, and now it's going to be Tran with it. She tries to pass it to the middle. Now she picks it back up again. It bounces its way around before it gets to the blue line, and now shot in, stopped by the defender before it gets to the net. She's going to reverse the play back to the near side, and stepping up on that play is David. David puts it around over to the far side, and the RedHawks put it over to an open wing. Waiting for it is David. She fans on her shooting attempt, but the puck gets into the RedHawks zone. Now the RedHawks have it. They're going to go to the far side and fire it in as they're looking for a change. The Ravens now going to pick it up behind their own goal line. They have an open wing on the near side and a passing play to get to the middle, and that's Kay coming up with it. Kay with a couple of moves, and now she's going to walk in and wire it at the net. Goes off the goaltender's stick and into the corner. Play continues. Sear with it. Sear fakes the play and walks in. She shoots and it goes off the goalie's face and up into the netting. And we get a stoppage in play. 3:04 remains in the first period. Face off to be to the right side of the RedHawk goaltender. Miguel to take the face off. Face off one cleanly by Miguel. That comes back to Sierra, who puts it across to the defender on the far side. She's got some pressure on, puts it down deep, looking for Kay. Puck in her feet, now dug out by Miguel. Miguel with it. Miguel goes back to the blue line. She's unable to handle that one cleanly, and now the Ravens have to be careful as they have a jumping player there. Goes up off the wall. Ravens unable to hold it on side, but get it back on the D. She's being watched, but gets it out into the neutral zone before it's picked up by one of the RedHawks. The battle ensues. It comes back to the defender and across the ice in the neutral zone. Now back into the neutral zone as it changes hands onto the white team's stick. They're going to work their way up into the Ravens zone. Now back the other way as the Ravens turn it over the other way. Walking in with it through traffic, the Ravens unable to continue the play forward. It gets the blue line, held there by the Ravens defender. She's going to fire towards the net. That hits a body in front, and now it goes over to the far side. Ravens defender, Nishi has it. Nishi battling for it, and she has some pressure on her. A good play there by the Ravens defender as it comes across and now into the near side. McDonald now drops it back to the blue line. 3 RedHawks on the near side. Get it to the blue line, but not out where it's held there by the Ravens. Now they get it out, and now Ravens have to get back as they have a shot right on, and it beats Babcock. So she tries to glove it, and it goes in the top corner. Ravens now down by 1 with 1:34 remaining in the first period. Face-off will come back to the center ice. Puck is dropped. Face-off won there by the RedHawks. The RedHawks get it into the Ravens zone before the Ravens touch it. Ravens now looking for a place to go with it. They don't like what they see. The double back. Now up ice it comes on the near side. Ravens get it back deep. Play continues as the RedHawks get it up ice, and now they're going to chip it around the defender for the Ravens, and the Ravens have to get back. It's the RedHawks bring it in their zone from the outside. A shot, it goes wide of the net, and play continues on the far side. Ravens looking to open the play up a little bit here. They come up the near wall and back out to the middle as they get the puck out into the no. They keep it stayed in. Fanning on the pass attempt, the Ravens now have to be careful as they're being watched by a couple of white jerseys. It comes back to the blue line and into the corner. The Ravens have it. They're going to chip it out of harm's way and around into an open wing. Now up off the glass, it's going to come down ice. Skating on the end, but it's going to end up right on net. The goaltender puts it out to the wall, and now the Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Now they get it, and the Ravens are going to step in with it. Ravens across into the zone. Unable to get a shot off, though. They put it into the high slot, but now the RedHawks have it. Ravens take over. With a chip and a chase, it ends up on the stick of one of the RedHawk defenders. Being watched by Tran, she comes up the near side. Ravens unable to hold it in, and that's going to do it for the first period. At the end of the first period, the Ravens find themselves in a 1-goal deficit with a 1-0 being the score. Shots on goal to this point is 8-6 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period. 15 minutes on the clock. Ravens down by 1. Players make their way to center ice. It looks like Sears going to be taking the face off for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. They're going to try and carry it in. They get stopped by the defender, but then he gets way past them and he goes into the pile in the high slot. Ravens now get it and fire it in deep. From behind the net, the play is reversed by the Ravens over to the near side, ends up on the stick of one of the RedHawks. They clear it out to the neutral zone. The Ravens have to touch up. Picked up now by the Ravens. They take it to the wall. Now it's back into the Ravens zone. On the stick of Sear. Sear goes up the wall looking for an open winger. She continues with it until it gets to center ice and then runs into a wall of white. Now the Ravens have it. They walk along the blue line, then fire it deep. And they go for a change. Battle in the corner for it. Coming out of it is the Ravens. They're going to put it around to the near side, and now we have a penalty on the play. It's going to be coincidental penalties, one for each. We stay 5-on-5, 13:58 remaining in the second period. Face off to the left side of the RedHawk goaltender. All right, the Seattle team figured out that there's 5-on-5 here now, so we have 5 players aside. And they're going to kick the center out. That delay slowed the game. Ravens get it back to the blue line, now to the half wall. From the half wall, they walk in with it. Ravens unable to get a clean shot off as the puck comes back into the corner. They're going to fire it deep as they're looking to start the cycle down low. Ends up on a RedHawk stick, and lots of pressure from those RedHawks in the corners. Puck won out, that battle won by the RedHawks. They're going to bring it up ice. They decide to fire it all the way down. It comes down into the near side, and that's icing on the play. Face-off come all the way back down the RedHawks zone. It's going to be the right side of their goaltender. Taking the face-off is Hernandez. Face-off won by the RedHawks. RedHawks carried behind their net. Now a chip play forward comes the blue line, held in by the Ravens defender. Ravens now have it from behind the net. Try to feather it across, and now a pass out front hits a body and ends up coming to the near wall. They put it back to the defender. She's going to put it back to the hash marks. From the hash marks, carried straight out, walking out with it. She puts it back to the point. Nobody there, and now the Ravens have to retreat back and pick it up. Ravens with it. That's Macy. She puts it forward. Ends up getting through the awaiting forward Cabana. And now the Ravens hold it in. A battle for it on the wall. And now coming out with is the Ravens. A shot, short side, off the crossbar and out. Play continues. The puck comes around to the near side. Now the RedHawks have it. The RedHawks go across ice with it. Hits a body and slows down in front of the Ravens bench before the RedHawks get control of it. Now the Ravens and the RedHawks just skating around trying to find a place to go with it. They bring it across the ice, and there's a foot race for it. First one there is Mullen. Her pass was a little bit weak. Ends up underneath Babcock as the first player from behind the net coming out was a RedHawk player. Puck rolled on Morin going into the. Morin coming out of the corner here, and it just died behind the net. setting it up for the RedHawks to try and get a shot on net. Tran to take the face off for the Ravens. Tran wins that, and now away to the race is Tran, the older sister, works her way to the outside, but comes up against the ref. Now the play comes in behind the net. Over to the wall, back to the blue line. Ravens from the blue line are going to put it back in deep. Now from the wall, they try to center that. That hits a body, and now it comes D to D. A shot towards the net, tipped right on, saved by the goaltender. Puck into the corner. Ravens now with it from behind the net. They're going to go back out to the point. Shot. It's fan into the fray there in the middle of the ice before it finds its way over into the corner. Play continues over into the far side. Now a shot towards the net. It's wide. And in the corner on the near side, the defender jumps up and holds the wall. We have at least 3 white players in that corner. Ravens battling for it, and the Ravens come out with it. Ravens with a cross-seam pass just in front of the intended target. Now the puck goes up in the air, shot towards the net. It goes back into this near corner. Lots of play down low by the Ravens. A sharp angle shot bounces up in the air and goes into the back of the net. As the Ravens put a runway shot towards the net, but it gets up in the air and off the blocker of the goaltender and works its way into the back of the net. We're tied at 1 with 10:48 remaining in the second period. Goaltender is a little slow to move around there, so the ref gave her a second to stretch, and now here we go. Puck is dropped, face off one forward by the Ravens. Ravens continue to carry it now to the outside, shot just wide of the net. Puck goes over to the wall and now back out to the blue line, held at the blue line by the Richmond Ravens before it gets out into the neutral zone. RedHawks have it now. RedHawks come over to the near side. From the near side, a pass comes across the zone, ends up on the Ravens stick. She just loses a handle on it. Now back to another trailing Raven. Now the RedHawks come in with it. RedHawks to the outside. RedHawks angled out to the wall by the Richmond Raven defender. Play comes right out front. And now to the top of the circles, out to the point. It gets pushed over along the wall. Now the Ravens step up on it. Ravens put it out of harm's way and over to the near side. They step up on it, and away they go. Ravens skating up ice with it is Sear. Sear, she cuts to the middle and shoots the puck into the goalie's glove. She holds on to that. We get a stoppage of play with 9:53 remaining in the second period. 1-1 is the score. Hernandez to take the face off for the Ravens, deep in the RedHawks zone. Puck is dropped with some help from the forwards. The RedHawks win that face off. Now a couple of spin moves, and they're going to reverse the play over to the far side, and now it comes back up the middle, and the RedHawks are away. RedHawks through the neutral zone, over to the outside, angled to the outside by the Ravens defender. And now the puck back down into the neutral zone and into the RedHawks end. RedHawks defender back to pick that up. She's being watched by one of the Ravens, and the play continues down in the RedHawks zone. Ravens slow that play down as they tried to come out with it. Ends up on the Ravens stick. She's going to shoot it towards the net. Saved by the goaltender, and puck comes back out to the blue line. From the blue line, the Ravens put it back deep. Now back to the net. Bounces around there. It's underneath some players. Bounces in through the blue paint a couple of times. It's still alive. Now behind the net, comes out front on the stick, one of the RedHawks. The RedHawks are going to fire it down ice. It rolls in. Babcock keeps it alive. There's a stretch pass by the Ravens to open up one forward. She walks in with a shot on net, saved by the goaltender, rolls on glass. As the RedHawks were on a change, it opened up one of the Ravens forwards on the right wing. She was able to walk in and get a clean shot off. Goaltender was able to Trapper that down. Puck is a face-off won by the Ravens. It ends up on a RedHawks stick. She gets to the neutral zone before the Ravens take over. The Ravens have it. Now they have to retreat back as it skipped on them from behind the net. Tran puts it up the wall. It gets stopped at the blue line. Now put back deep. Morin there with it. Morin around the wall. Now she goes up ice. It gets the blue line held there. Now into the scoring area. Shot right on. Saved by Babcock as the puck goes over into the corner. A battle for it from behind the net. Ravens keep it to the outside as the RedHawks are trying to work their way in. Tran with it. Tran cuts around a player and now up ice she goes. Tran to the outside. Now she loses the handle on it as the puck comes back in behind the net. First one there's a Raven and they put it back out front. Shot from the point. Hits the body in front and now it's on the goal in the goalie's glove who holds on to that. 7:47 remaining in the second period. 1-1 is the score. Face off to the left side of the Seattle goaltender. Taking the face off is Miguel. Face off on the stick of one of the RedHawks. They work their way out to the side. Now cut to the middle, ends up on the stick of the Ravens, and the Ravens put it up in the air and back out in the neutral zone. To the races they go. That's Kay with it. She's going to cut to the middle with a shot. Glove down by the goaltender. Face off the left side of the RedHawk goaltender. Face off one this time by the Ravens. It goes over to the defender on the far side. She opts to carry it in. Now goes around behind the net. From behind, she tries to come short side. It finds its way in towards the goaltender who makes the save, but then in behind the net as the Ravens are unable to get a clean shot off. Now a shot from an awkward location. I think it hit the goalie in the back. Ravens continue to put pressure on. Now the RedHawks come out with it. RedHawks are just going to fire it down ice as they're looking for a change. Ravens with it. They go off the wall, ends up in the stick of one of the RedHawks, or in the skates of one of the RedHawks. Now the Ravens pick it up the far side. Play reversed from behind the net. The Ravens pick it up. Ravens take a hit to make the play, and away they go. Now we have a penalty coming up. It's going to be interference, and it's going to be against the Ravens. As Sear makes her way to the box, and the Ravens go to the penalty kill. Macy and Hamid are the defenders out here with Cabana and Hernandez. Hernandez takes a face off. She doesn't win that one. Now we get a shot from the point. It finds the back of the net. It's Babcock solely screen. Shot from the top of the circles gets past Babcock, and the Ravens are now down by one with 2-1 is the score with 6:33 remaining in the second period. Hernandez stays on to take the face-off for the Ravens. Puck drop, face-off won by the RedHawks. Play comes up the ice and into the RedHawk zone. Ravens give chase. RedHawks go back in behind their net. They drop it back. It comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, the Ravens hold it in down low, and now it's shot towards the net, and it's gloved down by the goaltender who holds on to that one. Face off the right side of the goaltender. Hernandez out there still. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. They're going to carry it in down low in a center attempt, and that gets shot to the side by the defending RedHawks. And now the play comes through the neutral zone with a couple of moves. The Ravens able to strip the puck off that attacking forward. Now they put it to the outside and give space for their own, trying to pick up their own puck. Ravens now fire it down low in the RedHawks zone. Puck comes to the middle on this Ravens stick. Shot short side, saved by the goaltender. Pace still alive. Gets out into the neutral zone. Ravens have to touch up. Ravens with the puck. Now skating it. Macy's going to work her way in, but we have an offside called against the Richmond Ravens with 5:30 remaining in the second period. 2-1 is the score in favor of the visiting Seattle RedHawks. Tran to take the face off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off one cleanly by Tran. Now the play is trying to get feathered forward for Tran. A couple of stick checks there, and now it's on the sticks of one of the RedHawks. RedHawks now carried in their own zone, and now it gets fired deep in their zone as it comes across the play. Now we have the RedHawks coming up ice with it. Ravens able to get back on that one and put it back in the RedHawks zone. Play back to the middle, held in by the Ravens. Now goes back into the corner. Picking it up is one of the Ravens forwards. She tries to center it. It goes all the way across the zone. Now comes to the side of the net. The goaltender just keeps it alive. Ends up back out to the blue line. Ravens fired back deep. Now into the corner. From the corner, the Ravens are going to carry it behind the net. From behind the net, back to the point. From the point, goes D to D. The Ravens catch that on their backhand. She just tries to chip it back in. It stays in the zone, at least for now. Now it's dug out by the Ravens forward. She carries it into the corner. Now a feather into the middle, looking for a good sauce pass, but hits a body and goes across everybody. Held to the blue line. The Ravens now unable to keep it in as it hits a body or a stick and comes back into their own zone. Ravens have to be careful now. Ravens have it. They like to put it to the outside on the stick of one of the RedHawks who's going to carry it in their own zone. RedHawks now with it. They go around to the far side. Stepping up on the play, the defender for the Ravens chips it back in deep. And now we have a stoppage in play. I think offside is the call. With 3:42 remaining in the second period. Looks like one of the linesmen or ref lost something there, so he's off the ice. Play continues. Ravens have it on their stick. Chipped off the wall, but stays in the neutral zone. Now the Ravens get it back deep and give chase. Play hits the linesman. So Ravens now walking in with it. Ravens with a shot towards the net. Stopped by the goaltender who puts it over to the wall. Now it comes up back to the blue line. Held in there by the Ravens defender, but now on the stick of one of the RedHawks. RedHawks now carry it into the Ravens zone, or they get stick checked and it goes up to the wall. Now from behind the net, first one there is the Ravens Sear. Sear puts it up off the glass. It bounces and now away goes the Ravens forward. Ravens coming down the near side. A shot saved by the goaltender. Holds on to that one. 2:59 remains in the second period. Ravens down by 1. 2-1 is the score. Sear to take the face off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Ravens. They take it to the wall, but it gets stripped of the puck by the Richmond Ravens forward. Now it's passed right out front, shot right on, saved by the goaltender, comes over to the corner. Puck bounces on the defender for the Ravens as it's on end. And now the Ravens, Tran has it. She comes in behind the net. Tran gets it out to the top of the circle before it ends up back on her stick and into the middle. RedHawks called offside with 2:30 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Taking the face-off for the Richmond Ravens is Miguel. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the RedHawks. They're going to take it into the Ravens zone where the Ravens get control of it. Now back onto the RedHawks stick. Ravens unable to do anything with that as the play comes over to the near side. Weak shot there put there by the RedHawks. Now back up to Cabana. Cabana battling for it. Now back onto the stick of the Ravens. Miguel goes across ice for the defender. Macy with it now. Macy goes up off the glass and out of the zone. Now the play in the neutral zone. Bouncing through the feet of a couple of players. Ravens putting pressure on the white team. Now the RedHawks work their way in. Puck over to the far side. From the far side, gets into some snow there. And now over on the near side for Hamid. Hamid now up ice she goes. She hits the blue line and now opts to chip the puck forward as the Ravens go for a change. And the RedHawks looking for a stretch pass. They're going to fire it down ice. It's going to roll, and there's a foot race for it. It's going to get no ice on the call. Play continues on the far side. RedHawks have in the corner. They try to come out to the point, read by the Ravens. Now the crossing pass, read by the RedHawks. Macy just chips it forward. Now Tran puts it down in the zone. RedHawks come across ice. Ravens over to Macy. Macy stops up looking for open ice. She goes across to our D partner. Now back to Macy. Macy's going to go up ice with the. She has some room. She doesn't get across center before she fires it in, and we get icing on the play with 43 seconds remaining in the second period. Warren and David out there for the defenders. Hernandez take the face-off. Face-off won cleanly by Hernandez. Back to Morin. Morin fires it over to David. David cuts to the middle. Now David loses a handle on it, but she gets it back. It ends up on the stick of one of the RedHawks. RedHawks working their way to a shooting position. Shot right on save by Babcock. Rebound works its way to the outside. Now on the stick of one of the Ravens. Ravens passing a play. Now they got it. And up the ice they go with 18 seconds remaining. Hernandez overskates it a little bit there as the ice now is starting to get pretty snowy on them. Play continues. It's in the corner. We have a penalty called against the Richmond Ravens with 1.9 seconds remaining in the second period. The last power play didn't last very long as the RedHawks were able to get the puck to the top of the circles and bodies in front of Babcock. Face-off's going to be the right side of Babcock. Hernandez take the face-off. Puck is dropped, face-off one to the wall by the RedHawks, and that's going to do it. Shots on goal to this point is 16-6. Oh, my apologies, 20-11 in favor of the Ravens. Welcome back as we get set to start the third period. Ravens down by 1. 2-1 is the score, and there is 1 minute, 59 seconds remaining in a late period penalty to the Richmond Ravens. We're 5-on-4 here. Tran out to take the face off for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off won by the RedHawks. RedHawks go up the wall on the far side. The play is read by the Ravens, and the Ravens keep it in the neutral zone. Now the play back to the defender for the RedHawks. RedHawks come back across ice, and now the skating play, they find an open player on the far side. Ravens read that one, and they stop them at the bench, and now the puck gets fired deep. Ravens back to pick it up from behind the net. They get it to the wall, but not out. It's held in, and now the RedHawks looking to set up from the far side. RedHawks put it back out to the point. From the point, shot saved by Babcock. She deflects that over into the corner off her pads. Now the RedHawks backhand that back, looking for the defender at the blue line. She's back there now. Walking the blue line, she just chips it in deep. Ravens are the first ones there. They get it all the way down ice. RedHawks goaltender comes around or fires it over to the near side, opening that ice up. RedHawks have it to carry it in. Now it's past the middle and a shot. Babcock directs that wide. Play comes down ice. Ravens give chase. Goaltender comes out. She's going to fire it off the wall and into the neutral zone. RedHawks now have it. They come through the neutral zone to the outside. From the outside, stop up. Now a shot towards the net. It gets into the middle of the ice and now down into the RedHawks zone. Ravens able to get the penalty killers changed out as RedHawks carry it in on the far side. Play continues as the puck goes back in behind the net and over to the far side. From the far side, there's a battle for it. Ravens take it out. Now they get it around the defender with a little bit of a race there. Ravens able to get control of it. Ravens now, she's going to skate it. Happy to kill some time. Sear with it on his stick. She's going to put it forward for Cabana. Cabana back into the slot. From the slot, shot. Hits a body in front. Penalty has expired. We're 5-on-5 here again. As Cabana has it. Cabana puts it to the wall. From the wall back to the point. From the point back to the wall. Now back to the blue line. Bounces a couple of times before the Ravens pick it up. Walking in from the point. Now a backhand just over the net. Play down into the Ravens zone for the back checking. Ravens pick it up now. They're going to come down the near side. Ravens just chip it forward and into the RedHawk zone. Now back to the corner here. Put back into the for Hernandez. Hernandez just gets by her and over to the far side. It gets stopped there by the Ravens and sealed off that wall on the far side. Now comes out to the middle, and the RedHawks take it over to the near side. RedHawks get past the defender, now walking in with it. A shot saved by Babcock, who holds on to that one. .11:50 remains in the game. Ravens down by 1-2. Is the score, and the face off to be the left side of Babcock. Taking the face off for the Richmond Ravens is Tran. Face off one cleanly by Tran. She takes it, the defender takes it back in behind the net. Now they go back to the middle, or towards the middle with it. They find a couple of white jerseys before now they get a hold of it. A pass across the zone looking for the Ravens forward. Now the Ravens come through with it into a scoring position. It gets poke checked away by the goaltender. Ravens still have control of it. Play continues as the puck bounces off the side of the net. Two of the RedHawks come together. Play continues. It's over in the corner here. Now in the feet of the RedHawk players. Stepping up on that's David. David from behind the net. David gets taken down, and we're going to have a penalty coming up against the RedHawks if the Ravens don't capitalize on the delayed penalty call. Whistle goes, and we have 10:58 remaining in the third period. 2-1 is the score in favor of the guest RedHawks. Power play for the Richmond Ravens goes on the clock. We have 2 minutes or less. The face-off will start on the left side of the RedHawk goaltender. McDonald out to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the RedHawks. Held there by the Ravens as the RedHawks try to clear it. It comes across the blue line. Now back the other way from the slot. Back to the defender. She's going to walk from the point. Now a shot. It doesn't get through the traffic and comes to the near side. From the near side, Hernandez has it. Hernandez. She's going to walk with it. Puts over to the far side. From the far side. Put back deep. From behind the net now, the Ravens, McDonald picks it up. A swing and a miss from in the slot as the puck bounces over top of the intended target on the pass. Now a great play. And it's going to find the back of the net as the Ravens with a great passing play. D to D. And then into the weak side on the near side. And back of the net it goes as the Ravens tie it up. 30 seconds into the power play. 2-2 is the score with 10:24 remaining in the game. Puck is dropped, face-off won this time by the Ravens. It goes back to the defender. She's going to put it out to the outside. Now in the neutral zone, the Ravens convert a couple of passes to get it in the zone. Ravens with it, coming up the near side. Miguel stops up. Miguel now takes a shot hit, but gets it back to the blue line. From the blue line, it's passed to the near side. Hernandez has to be sharp if she has two sticks on her. Now Hernandez getting double teamed, puts it back to the blue line, walking in with it. There's a shot. It hits a body in front, bounces down, plays alive. Now gets cleared to the wall. Stepping up on that is the defender, gets around her, and now there's a odd man rush the other way. Good back check there by the Ravens. We have a penalty coming up against the RedHawks. They're going to touch up, and we get another whistle on the play with 9:36 remaining in the third period. Ravens go to the power play. It looks like it's going to be a hit to the head. We're tied at 2. Both teams have now capitalized on the power play. The Ravens lost one, lasted 30 seconds before they found the back of the net, and now they're trying to figure out who needs to go to the box. After a bit of a discussion, the RedHawks defender goes to the box. Tran comes out to take the face off on the left side of the RedHawk goaltender. All right, we're ready to go here as the whistle goes. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the RedHawks. They're going to fire it around, and it's going to come back to the blue line where the defender for the Ravens is waiting for it. She puts it in for Sear. Sear back to the blue line. Now on the near side for Sear. Sear with a shot. Tip high, and it goes in the net. Up over top of the goalie, bounces into the net. So 15 seconds into the power play, the Ravens convert and go ahead by 1 for the first time this game. We got 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. 3-2 is the score. Tran out pick the face off. Puck is dropped. Tran wins the face off over to our winger. But the puck was back into the Ravens zone. Now they get it back out to the neutral zone. Picked up by one of the RedHawks. She's being watched. Now the puck goes back into the RedHawks zone as they're clearing the attempt to hit a body. And now the RedHawks have it. RedHawks clear it up ice. And now they clear it out of the Ravens zone for them. RedHawks have it. There's pass, hits its target. And now onto Macy's stick. Macy from behind the net. Puts it over to the wall on the near side. Play continues. Bodies fly. And Tran has it. Tran with some speed. She puts it up the wall. It's going to get sealed there by the RedHawk defender before the Ravens have control of it. Now the Ravens chip it in. Right on net. Saved by the goaltender who decides to cover that one up with 8:26 remaining in the third period. 3-2 is the score for the Richmond Ravens. Face off to the left side of the goaltender for the visiting RedHawks. Taking the face off for the Richmond Ravens is Miguel. Face off won cleanly this time by the RedHawks. It comes over to the near side. Ravens put some pressure on there to hold it deep. It goes over to the far side. Now back to the top of the circles before the Ravens fired back deep. On the near side, the Ravens are going to pick it up with a chip around. Sierra's going to pick up her own puck and then put it on net. That's saved by the goaltender. Now we come around the near side, back to the point. From the point, it's going to come back in down low. Miguel with it. Miguel with a couple moves back to the point. Now near side, a shot hits a body. Stepping in, now it gets to the blue line. Shot again, hits a body over to the near side. Back up to the blue line, held in for a couple of seconds before it comes up ice. Play continues as the puck bounces around in the near side. We have a delayed offside call. Now the Ravens have it. Ravens are going to fire it in. That's in the hands of one of the RedHawks. The RedHawks are going to come in behind their own net now, looking for some open ice. The RedHawks come out to the neutral zone, and now they find it gets stopped by the Ravens back checker. RedHawks now with it. They chip it forward. RedHawks now coming into the Ravens zone. Shot on goal, saved by Babcock. Now comes back down the other way on a RedHawk stick. RedHawks with some speed through their own zone. They get cut to the outside. Ravens slow down that attack before it goes in behind the net. Now the Ravens fire it down. I think they're looking for a change. Goaltender comes out. She's going to play it back down into the neutral zone. Ravens battle with the RedHawks, and now the RedHawks come out with it. RedHawks now in the neutral zone. They're going to double back, being watched by the Ravens. Play onto the Ravens defender stick. She's going to put it to an open wing. Now the Ravens walking in with it. Ravens put a sharp angle shot by Basquette, saved by the goaltender, and it comes back into the near side. Play over to the far side. Onto the stick of one of the RedHawks, and now the RedHawks come out 3-on-2. RedHawks through the neutral zone. They cut to the middle. Now over to the near side. Shot right on, saved by Babcock from behind the net. Puck goes over onto the stick of one of the Ravens, and the Ravens able to get it to the blue line, but not out. Now the Ravens have it with a little bit of room. They get their way in. Now she cuts to the middle. Backhand, saved by the goaltender. As the puck comes over to the near side. Ravens unable to get a stick on that one as it comes out to the neutral zone. And now down to the far side. Ravens now, they take over as they pick the pocket of the advancing RedHawk. Now they come through the neutral zone. Ravens in, shot, blocked by the defender. Now it comes back to the top of the circles, to the blue line. From the blue line, shot back down low. Ravens try to advance it to the net. Now it's on the stick of one of the RedHawks. Tran steps in to slow that down, clearing attempt. Now it's on the stick of the Ravens. They fire it towards the net, just wide. Tran with it. Tran gets taken down on the ref's hand, goes up in the air. The Ravens are going to go to a power play unless they can score on that slab shot. It just misses the net. Ravens continue on this delayed penalty call, and now the puck gets touched by a white jersey, and we get a stoppage in play with 4:36 remaining in the third period. 3-2 is the score. Face off deep in the RedHawk zone. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. They take it into the deep in the corner, and now two Ravens on top of it. Ravens back to the blue line. From the blue line, they're going to walk along with it. They get into the slot, now put it on top of the circle before it gets shot towards the net. Tipped over the net, and now with it, David has it. David from behind the net. David's now skating with it. She's got some speed. She gets into a scoring spot. Takes a shot, misses the net just high. Back to the point. Now across with a slap shot, just wide. Miguel with it. Miguel back to the blue line. Now back to Miguel. Miguel walking in with it. She's going to shoot it towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. Back out to the top of the circles for the defenders for the Ravens. Ravens walking set top, and now they back to the circle, back to the point. From the point, it's shot, hits a body in front, and now they're able to clear it out and down the ice. The Ravens give chase to pick it up in their own zone, and the penalty killers get the opportunity to change. A long stretch pass there by the Ravens. It's on McDonald's stick. McDonald gets her pocket picked as the puck goes onto one of the RedHawks sticks. RedHawks with a little bit open ice. She's going to get some speed. RedHawks cutting to the outside. Now towards the net. Works her way in. It's underneath Babcock, who gets a stoppage in play. .33 seconds remains in the man advantage for the Richmond Ravens. 3-2 is the score. 3:09 remains in the game. Refs are having a conversation now. Okay, they got figured out, and now the puck goes to the outside wall. RedHawks have it. Now they put it onto a Raven stick, and the Ravens come up ice with it. Ravens 2-on-1. Ravens put it towards the net. Now it's poke check there by the goaltender to slow down the Ravens. RedHawks fire it down ice. 13 seconds remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens, but the RedHawks have it deep in the zone. Their centering attempt ends up on one of the sticks of the Ravens, and now out in the neutral zone where the RedHawks have to touch up. RedHawks now with a little bit of life. They're going to skate in with it. Now a shot attempt hits a body and goes to the wall. Play continues as the Ravens have it on the wall, and now it's going to come out. Tran with it. Tran cuts to the middle, and now a pass over to the near side. Now a pass right on. It goes in the back of the net. Ring follows up on the play at the net. Pass to Tran. It bounces around and comes squirts out to the near side for Wing. Wing makes no mistake, and we are 4-2 with 2:17 remaining in this third period. Puck is dropped face off one cleanly by the Ravens. They're going to carry it to the outside and fire it deep. From behind the net, the puck is just poked forward and onto the stick of one of the RedHawks. RedHawks with some speed as they cut into the middle of the ice, and now ends up underneath one of the Raven sticks, and on the Ravens are going to cut it around to the outside. From the outside, it's shot towards the net, saved by the goaltender. Now back onto the Raven stick. Hernandez stops up, and now Hernandez tries to backhand it forward. Ends up on Cabana's stick. She fires it just wide of the net. Ravens seal up the wall on the far side. Now it comes out to the top of the crease before the RedHawks come out with it. RedHawks through the neutral zone. They get pushed back briefly. Now the puck goes back out in the neutral zone on the far side. Ravens fire it down. It's going to skate along, and now we're going to have icing on the play with 1:21 remaining in the third period. Ravens 4. RedHawks 2. Face off to the right side of Babcock, deep in the Raven zone. Puck is dropped, face off one to the wall by the Ravens, and now it comes back out in behind the net. Ravens have it. You're being watched by 3 or 4 RedHawks. Now doubling back. Comes up the wall and down the ice in through the neutral zone. RedHawks pick it up. Being watched by 2 Ravens. Kay putting pressure on. Now the puck reversed up the near side. We have 58 seconds remaining in the game. Play through the neutral zone and back up into the Ravens' end. That shot gets on Babcock. She holds on to that one. We get a stoppage of play with 51.2 seconds remaining in the game. Face off the left side of Babcock. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the RedHawks. Cleanly straight back, but it gets through both defenders. Now the RedHawks have it. They're going to take it to the outside before they get stick checked at the Ravens blue line. Gets underneath the Ravens, sprawled on the ice, and now it's fired back deep. Ravens take it around to the far side. From the far side, on the half wall, Ravens chase it back out to the middle. Now from the slot, or from the point, ends up on the stick of one of the Ravens. They're going to chip it off the wall and chase it themselves. Now coming in the near side, they're going to cut towards the net. It's backhanded at the net, off the stick of the goaltender and just wide. Ravens battling for it. Now they put it back deep. In after it is Tran. It's 4 seconds remains. And ends up on the stick of Tran. She puts it back out front, and Tran just about converts for that final goal at the final second. But the Ravens come out victorious. 4-2 is the score. Shots on goal are 32-19 in favor of the Richmond Ravens. Thank you for joining us.